Good evening and welcome to the 2016 Spring Orchestra Concert and Awards presentation. The students have prepared a program for you tonight ranging from music of our current orchestral time period as well as pieces that have been staples in the orchestra community for hundreds of years. In addition to our two amazing senior soloists, tonight you will also hear the debut concert for our new MHS orchestra, the String Symphonia. Although this orchestra does not meet on a daily basis, they have prepared two very difficult selections for you, and everyone is thrilled that next year this orchestra will become a chorus at Mannheim High School. I'd like to take a moment to thank our high school administration team for their continued support throughout the recent changes to education in general. I think back to what this school was like 3 years ago when I started as the orchestra director, and I am truly amazed at what has been accomplished in and outside of the M Wing in such a short time. I'd also like to thank the rest of the high school music staff members, Mr. Ben McMurtry, Mr. Stephen Paremba, and Mr. Adam Landry for making the colleague side of this job as amazing as the time in rehearsals with these top-tier students. I am sure everyone in the room tonight knows how insane certain times of the year can be down in the M Wing, and it really takes the cooperation of us all to keep it together. It's been an amazing team to be a part of so far. Next, I'd really like to thank all of you, the parents, for your continued support of our music program. Unfortunately, it's not a mystery as to why many other schools do not enjoy the level of music making that we get to enjoy here in Mentor. The reason is you. Hopefully your children say this enough, but thank you for all the transportation to and from rehearsals, concerts, lessons, competitions, more rehearsals, and even more rehearsals. Without you, none of what you hear tonight would be possible. Before we get started on stage tonight with the concert orchestra, I'd like to remind everyone that there are some excellent concerts coming up next week. We have our 7th and 8th grade orchestra concert on Tuesday evening, our side-by-side concert with City Music Cleveland on Wednesday evening at 7:30, and our 5th and 6th grade concert on Thursday at 7 p.m. If you were not able to make the City Music concert last year, make sure you make it this year. I promise you that you cannot find a performance of this level for free anywhere else in the metropolitan area. And I did think about that statistic for quite some time, and I'm standing here tonight standing by it. I promise you, you will not see a finer concert for $0 with this level of professional musician anywhere in our city that is full of world-class musicians. The concert will begin at 7:30 p.m. right here in the Fine Arts Center. Also, please remember tonight's Dairy Queen fundraiser immediately following the concert. These events have been some of my favorite these past few years, and we all hope you can join us tonight after the show. Without further delay, please help me in welcoming the Mentor High School Concert Orchestra. Thank you. I can't conduct another note without another round of applause for our two senior soloists, Liana Powell and William Klein. A lot of notes in that. Both of them. I'm going off script here, sorry everyone, but rehearsing those two pieces over the last couple of weeks, months, has been really amazing. We have just such a high level of student achievement and performance level in this group, and it couldn't be better displayed by those last two performances. Another round of applause again, they deserve it totally. that last piece that we just played was the Hebrides Overture by Felix Mendelssohn. That is the piece that this group will be playing next week with City Music Cleveland, our professional group that's coming in to do a side-by-side with us. That schedule is pretty awesome that we were able to work this out, where Tuesday morning, the conductor and also the first violinist are going to come in for a clinic during our regular class time. And then Wednesday morning, we have breakfast and a long rehearsal, and we get to meet Tessa Lark, the fantastic violin soloist that's coming out to play the Dvorak violin concerto. We get to have some lunch if the students can stick around for that, unless they are attending one of their gajillion AP exams or a senior project, which almost everyone up here is involved in. But it's just an amazing opportunity, and that piece was really, really difficult to put together with a professional orchestra coming in. Every detail matters, as I'm sure you can imagine. Before we conclude tonight with Sibelius Symphony 2 Movement 4, I do have some annual awards that we give out. First up is the first year letter. There was a little confusion on this, and policies have changed since I've taken over the last few years, so I just want to explain this carefully one time. In order to achieve the first year letter, a student must accrue 700 points. Points are obtained by being a member in good standing within all orchestral ensembles, extra rehearsals, private lessons, attendance, master classes, music camps, other performances outside Menor High School all count in some shape or form towards lettering. They all equal a certain number of points. In order to advance one letter up from where you were previously, you have to obtain 700 points in a school year. However, if you don't make it to the 700 points and you have not lettered before, those points carry over. So we do have quite a number of students lettering tonight for the first time, and you'll see as we go through second, third, and fourth year letter awards, it's drastically less and less and less because it is very difficult to obtain 700 points in one single year. You essentially have to be in 3 performing ensembles, take lessons every week, attend sectionals every week. I kind of coined the phrase M-wing dweller. That's what they are to me. They deserve a room and a cot somewhere here if you get to that fourth letter award. So without further ado, these are the students that have obtained their first year letter. I'd ask that if you just hold your applause until all of the students are up on stage, and then we can clap for them together. First up, we have Olivia Sandry. They missed it. See, they're students. Nice job out there. Very good job. See? Also, Maya Liepart, Zoe Perrier, Jacob Kaminsky, May Pfeiffer, Haley Oser, Aaron Beckler, Kayla Reeby, Michelle Lusick, Amanda Blatz, Lynn Shu, Megan Barkley, Jeff Bohatch, Anna Davis, Jesse Cola, Zoe Hockmuth, and Sadie Kosman. So a lot of these students that are making their way up to the stage now, it's taken them a year, 2 years, a couple of years to obtain the amount of points deserving of their first year letter. If you see a freshman up here, they were super duper this year. They had all 700 points in 1 year. Let's give a big round of applause for our first year letterman. Okay, moving along. Our second year letter. Second year letter is given to us students that have accrued a minimum of 1,400 points and have also completed at least 700 points this school year. This year, the following students have earned their second year letter. Clara Ferguson, Keisha Dalal, Catherine DeMille, Samantha Bangle, Marilyn Moyer, Wayne Ho, and Malia Salvin. One more round of applause for our second year letterman. And as we get into these last two, once again, 700 points for 3 consecutive years, very, very, very tough to do. And we do have some juniors receiving this award, meaning that they have accrued all 700 points 3 years in a row. First up is Christopher Wen. Also this year is Kate Weaver. Also, Jonathan Nichol. And finally, one more has achieved this amount of points, and it is Kelly Mullins. One more round of applause for our third year orchestra letterman. And last but certainly not least, we have our fourth year letterman. These students, once again, must accrue a minimum of 2,800 points over the course of their high school career, with 700 points coming in this school year. The two students that are going to be called up for this award, not that they were the only two, but they made sure to type out all of the dates and times and the things that they attended and had added up all of the points, and they were very specific on exactly the number of points that was way over 700 that they have accrued in this particular school year. Not to mention that you have to be excellent with paperwork, dates, times, etc., but these students that I'm about to name have earned their fourth year letter. We've seen and heard a lot of them already tonight. First is Liana Powell. And secondly and lastly is William Klein. You know Will, you know that he's very even-tempered, obviously, and never is out of line or bold in any way. William let me know that he had earned enough points to receive his fourth year letter last year, which is why we have a new rule of only one letter per year. Thank you, William. Next, I have just a few individual awards going to some students that are either returning next year or, in some cases, leaving us permanently. First is the Junior Leadership Award. This award stands true to its name and is given to the junior in the orchestra that takes on a huge leadership role and executes that role to perfection. It is very, very hard to lead a section of your peers, as I'm sure you can possibly imagine. But this year's recipient has done an amazing job and is primed for another leadership role or two next year. Parts of this year simply would not have worked out the way they did without her leadership through sectional rehearsals, after-school help, and endless questions from students in her section. Please help us, this Mendelssohn is so hard, things of that nature. Please help me in recognizing Katie Hunsaker as the 2016 Junior Leadership Award winner. Next up, we have the Outstanding Junior Aryan Award. This award goes to a junior performer that has not only performed at an extremely high level, but has also devoted an extreme amount of time and support for our program, not just at the high school level, but throughout the orchestra program at middle school and elementary levels as well. This year, it was just simply too hard to narrow it down to one for this award. We have two students very deserving this year. Both of these gentlemen seem to live and breathe orchestra and music on a daily basis. You'll probably notice that if you go to any of our shows, any music show, at any time, you're going to find at least one, if not both, of these gentlemen in those ensembles. Please help me in recognizing Jonathan Nichol and Wayne Ho as the 2016 the Outstanding Junior Aryan Award. Next up, we have the Outstanding Wind Brass Percussion Award. And this year, I am truly blessed to have such a high percentage of wind, brass, and percussion students that have signed up for this symphony orchestra as a class and attend daily rehearsals. I know I've probably talked about this at great length and boredom, and I'm very sorry for that, except I'm not. It's just that these students it was so difficult to run rehearsals of this magnitude, rehearsals that produce music like you're hearing tonight, the Mendelssohn and the Sibelius especially. It's impossible to put that together if we can't rehearse. It's impossible. So I am so blessed to have these students sign up for the class this year. And the two winners this year have performed countless solos throughout their time here in orchestra and have truly been an inspiration to all of our younger symphony members. Both are big reasons why I chose music that I chose for tonight and throughout this school year. And I know they'll continue to make music within their respective universities next year. Please help me in recognizing this year's Outstanding Wind Brass Percussion Award winners, Sadie Kosman and Christina Oslin. How about that? Congratulations, ladies. Okay, next up we have the Mentor Orchestra Service Award. The Mentor Orchestra Service Award this year is also split between two ladies that over the years have dedicated an amazing amount of time and effort to our program. Not only have they always been a driving force in rehearsals, especially this year, and motivation for our younger students in symphony, but they have taught sectionals at the middle school and elementary level, master classes, lessons, and other rehearsals throughout our middle school and younger high school programs. They have both consistently gone out of their way to make sure that our vision for a great concert comes together, well within time of when it needs to come together. Please help me in recognizing Kate Weaver and Malia Southlard as this year's Orchestra Service Award. Next up, we have the Mentor Orchestra's Outstanding String Player Award. The Mentor Orchestra Outstanding String Player Award this year goes to a student that has been an amazing performer since the first rehearsal in which I was her conductor. She is definitely not shy about the way things should be musically handled, and she always ensures that the correct amount of work is put in to guarantee that performances are the absolute best that they can be. Amongst many other achievements, which I could stand and list achievements for all of these students all night long. I really, really could. This year, she was a member of the OMEA Northeast Region Orchestra as a principal second violinist, and also the OMEA All-State Orchestra as a second violinist. Tonight, she performed Vivaldi's Winter for us already this evening. Please help me in recognizing Liana Powell as this year's Outstanding String Player. The theme of a lot of these awards is, especially as I'm reading all of them together, is the impact that these students have on not just the group that they're in now, but top to bottom throughout our orchestra program. I am really blessed that I get to teach all different levels of this program. I'm the orchestra teacher at Morton, the orchestra teacher at Shore, so taking videos of these students in rehearsals and then getting to show them in pretty much an hour or so later, like, hey, look what we were doing an hour ago. This is you in a few years. They are inspired, they are truly excited to be a part of this group, and I couldn't say enough about these students. Next up is the Director's Award. And this year's Director's Award goes to a student that has made, again, huge impacts across all areas of our program. I'll never forget the first time this student was going to be, that I knew that this student was going to be a force of positive motivation throughout my orchestra program. All I knew about her coming in the door my first year was that she was the previous concertmaster of the concert orchestra. And after our very first playing test, in which she finished in the upper end of the second violins, I remember her taking a seat the first day, and I will never forget her saying, quote, "I will move up, Mr. Yoke. I will not sit here for the rest of my time here at Menor." To which I replied, basically for her to show me and not tell me, which is a theme that I sort of have developed lately. And she did that, and so much more. She's on her way to an amazing career in music, like so many other of the seniors are this year. Please help me in recognizing Kelly Mullins as this year's director. Next up, we have our National School Orchestra Award. This award is a national award given to a senior that displays musical maturity above and beyond that of a typical high school student. As a winner of this award myself, as a senior on this stage 8 years ago, can you believe it? I cherish this award. I hold it in the highest honor each year as I decide which student is the most deserving of this award. I first met this student when he was in 7th grade and attending my summer orchestra camp at Memorial, which as I move through the years here, I'm noticing a lot of those students in the camp end up they end up in the inner circle up here on Symphony in Mannheim, and it's just fun to watch them grow over the course of all of these years. He was bored, as he said, with violin and figured he'd try out the bass. I thought that was cute, because that somebody would think that they could just switch at the beginning of camp and just assume, many just assume that the bass has to be easy, because you don't always see them flying all over the instrument like a violinist. I was truly amazed at his progress in just 5 short weeks. He not only caught up, but I'm sure, even though I wasn't his teacher the following year, I'm sure that he entered the next school year as the top middle school bassist. Now as a member of the Cleveland Orchestra Youth Orchestra, Region Orchestra, All-State Orchestra as a 2-time member and this year principal chair of the bassists, and also many other groups that I could stand up and list forever. His high school career has been truly amazing. Please help me in recognizing William Klein as this year's National School Orchestra Award winner. Lastly, before I turn the mic over to Mrs. Nichol and the Mentor Orchestra Association Scholarship, This group, again, is led by a fantastic crew of seniors. They've had my back since day one. They've grown with me. I've learned a lot from them, hopefully as they have learned from me. We have a parting gift for all of our seniors. So as I call your name, if you would come and see Mrs. Nichol and then stand in the front of the stage so we can recognize all of our seniors together. Aaron Beckler, Sophia Cabellos, Sadie Kosman, Rebecca Garfield, William Klein, Raghav Malik, Cody McGrath, Aaron Moody, Kelly Mullins, Haley Oser, Christina Oslin, Jeremy Parr, Liana Powell, Anna Rue, Malia Souther, Kate Weaver, and Alex Williamson. I didn't see it, but that wasn't a good sound. It was not a good sound. It sounded like my instrument. This year I changed the game. It's still an excellent pen gift for our seniors, but instead of the typical clicking end, now it's a stylus pen in the new age of technology. Please help me in congratulating our 2016 Mentor Orchestra seniors. And now I'd like to turn the microphone, thankfully turn the microphone over to Mrs. Nichol, our Mentor Orchestra Association president. Thank you.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Ann Nichol, and I'm the president of the Mentor Orchestra Association. And I brought notes because I have a lot to say and I want to say it quickly. Mentor Orchestra Association, we're the group that supports the Mentor Orchestra students and directors from 5th grade up through 12th grade. Our main focus is the fundraising projects we do throughout the year. Some of the things that our fundraising supports include some equipment, some music, uniforms, special projects, sectional coaches, scholarships, contest fees, and a large portion of the Mannheim camp costs. We really greatly appreciate your help and support in our fundraisers this year, so thank you. You've allowed us to continue to support our orchestra year after year, and I appreciate that very much. There are many opportunities to volunteer and be a part of us. I hope that next year to see more of you at our meetings. We meet every month, so keep an eye out for us. If you're not on our mailing list and would like to be, there's email sheets at both tables. We have a lot of summer events coming up, and we'd love to keep you informed of those. Part of my job tonight is to introduce the new Board of Officers for next school year. Our current treasurer, Juan Powell, could you stand wherever you are? I can't see you. She's waving. She is graduating along with her daughter, Liana, and so I want to thank her for all of her hard work. She's kept our budget in line and kept great control over the money that flows in and out of MOA. We could not have done it without her. So thank you, Juan. Thank you. The three of our current board members will be continuing next year. I will continue as the president of MOA. Janet Parker will continue as vice president. She's back there somewhere. Thank you, Janet. And Karen Leapart, who's right behind Janet, will continue as our secretary. Thank you, Karen. And we're very pleased to have a new board member joining us, taking the position of treasurer, Ms. Amy Freeman. She is a 5th grade student in orchestra, so we're really glad to have some younger students' parents joining us so they can carry on when a lot of us graduate next year. In terms of our scholarships, one of our fun things to do is raise the money towards scholarship. This year we're giving out 2 $500 scholarships. Our scholarship process includes points awarded for activities you're involved in with your orchestral instrument in school, as well as out of school. So any extracurricular groups, performance groups, and such add to your points. There's also an essay portion that is sent out throughout the community to be scored independently of MOA, and then those scores are combined. I'm pleased tonight to announce our 2 winners of our scholarships. The first one, ours aren't as fancy. Sorry, just envelope. Liana Powell is our first recipient. And the second recipient is Mr. William Klein. I just want to note, interesting, as I took the plaque into being engraved, the last names, Liana Powell and William Klein, completed this board. The first name is someone we might recognize, Matthew Yoke. So I thought that was kind of cool. You guys are finishing it. Mr. Yoke started it. And so we'll start a new board next year. Don't forget to join us at Dairy Queen tonight on Lakeshore. They'll give us 20% of the proceeds. And even better, it's just a fun social night for the kids to hang out, especially the seniors who are moving on from us. Enjoy the last performance, and thank you again for your support this year.
Just a second. Mr. Yoke, come on out here. Center stage, please. Where everybody can see you. Not centered. Okay. Yeah. The final person to be recognized tonight will be our director, the wonderful Mr. Matthew Yoke. Without him, none of this would be possible. Let's give him a round of applause. We've got some gifts for Mr. Yoke. I think just a gift and a kind of weird thing. Okay, so the first gift, a little bit of explanation. The tradition at Mannheim camp is that we play volleyball, and Mr. Yoke is the most professional volleyball player you have ever met. He singled people out from across the court or whatever it is and said, I'm gonna hit them. And he did, every single time. So without further ado, Liana. Dig that! Ball! And then, some of us seniors have prepared a little song for you, Mr. Yoke, so just sit tight. Everybody.
I always never know this is coming, and it's always a big surprise. This looks interesting. think this is that moment when all freshmen, sophomore, and juniors are like, what has he done to them? Thank you so much, seniors. And now let's tune and end with Sibelius. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out, and we'll see you at Dairy Queen. Thank you.